Alright guys, today we're going to be talking about the Hogue 154 CM test blade. This is the one that Hogue sent to Clint. It then went to Kurt for HRC testing. You can see it in his video. He did test it 6 times, and it was 59 HRC every time. The only thing I had to do to put this blade in my EX-A01 was hand fit the lock in the open position. Everything else works fine, as it should. So, as you can see, it's an unmarked blade. It was pulled from the line. It had no edge put on it when I got it. It still had the extra material on the tip. I do have a video a ways back where you can take a look at that. So, today we're going to talk about, I did edge retention testing on this. I did 4 tests at 2 different secondary bevel angles, and also the 30 days of use that I put on this 154 CM. So we'll go ahead and watch the cutting. I did this back before I started the month-long carry. I don't remember exactly which test you're going to see in this, but you will see some of the cutting. So we're going to go ahead and watch that now. We'll come back and talk about how it did over a month and in testing. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this now. Since the blade had no edge on it when I got it originally, it was a perfect time to try 2 different edge angles and see how much of a difference there actually was. So I started out at 17 degrees per side. I did go ahead and put a few edges on it anyway, just to be sure, even though it had not had a sharpened edge put on it. It had been through the rest of the machining and grinding process. So for 17 degrees per side, the first test, I got 104 feet fine edge, 119 feet working edge. Then sharpened it again, same as always. Stropped it, same as always. And the verification, I got 105 feet fine edge and 118 feet working edge. So As you can see now, it is wearing a 15-degree Perseid edge. I did not measure the thickness behind the edge on either one. If I had to guess now, it's probably somewhere around 20 thousandths. The only thing I could find with the blade, you can see up here where the bevel gets a little wide, where the two different edges meet right there. It's not that way on this side. That's the only flaw that I can find with it. And for the 15-degree Perseid test, same thing, sharpened it the same way, stropped it the same way, just an angle change. For the first test at 15 degrees Perseid, which was my third test on this blade, 112 feet fine edge and 130 feet working edge. Repeat the sharpening process. The fourth test, 112 feet fine edge, 132 feet working edge. I think it did great for 154 cm. I had no issues with it. Now, where it did do really well, and I'll show you guys in a minute, we're going to cover the month's worth of carry on this. That is 20 days at work and the use I used on it at home. And it's the normal things I cover. I'm not covering individual days. We're just going to do the totals for all the days put together. Did 23 food packages. You know, different things from ramen noodles, anything I had to open that was food related. General plastic packaging, 17, 54 pallet straps, 40 of the foil coffee packs, broke down 30 small boxes, 23 medium boxes, and 39 large boxes, cut 42 zip ties, and cut 499 feet of cardboard. The first 5 or 6 days, I did not strop this, I just used it. After that, I stropped it as needed. I probably should have kept track of that, however, I didn't. With all that use, I did put a fresh strop on it. And this is what I have. Now, I don't know if you guys can catch that or not. There are a couple spots along the edge here. You can see some of it right there. There are a couple damaged spots that are not going to come out with a strop. One thing that is really nice about this, all that use from the month was on the same edge. All I did was strop it as needed. Toward the end, it was almost daily. And you can see, it's not a real crisp edge. It does have those hang-ups in it. But all in all, the way this responds to a strop is just really nice. The way it comes back, even with that damage, even with all that use on it, it's still a perfectly usable edge. Now, like I said, I pretty much hadn't really used this prior to getting the test blade. And one of the big reasons was I'd only carried it a couple times when I had a clip screw head pop off. When we got the test blades, it was a perfect time for me to put it in the knife and use it. So with carrying it at work, using it around the house, the only damage the coating on the aluminum took, there are a couple spots along this edge right here and above the clip, and I don't think any of that's really too bad, considering this side here my keys banged against it quite a bit over that time. The clip did take a little bit of wear. This does have a black clip because it originally had a black drop point blade in it. So I am going to send this into Hogue to get the screw fixed for the clip. So I will be able to update with how the warranty process with Hogue goes. I will update with that in the future. All in all though, super happy with how the 154 CM performs. Absolutely did not let me down during this use. And I believe at this point I am going to move on to K390. I do want to do the Nitro V, but I've had Kurt's knife for a couple months now and I need to get that done so I can get him back that police for. You guys have any questions about the use, about the testing, about how the steel held up, put it down below in the comments. That's all I have for this. As always, I appreciate your time and thanks for watching.